Well, good morning, I think. Yes. Good morning. It's a bit of a panic again this morning, but we are live, and you're watching Mirador Television. There we go. Yes, I'm with you. All about Rishi using a helicopter. This is Keith Hayes. We're broadcasting from the White Hart Hotel. There is lots happening in the energy field this morning, enough to get everybody shouting at one another. And Stuart Dolby will be along at 10 o'clock or 9:30 actually with Energy Matters and give you a rundown on what's happening in the energy field. And then he has a guest at 10 o'clock to talk about the effects of carbon, what should we say, carbon concerns. So plenty going on today. We start as usual with a look at the headlines, and can we deny really how terrific the sporting world has been today, because we have got the cricketers have done us proud. They really have, and why we haven't got them up here, I have no idea. We should have, because they're really very. They were terrific, and let us see if we can get a cricketer, because we. No, we can't. And so we'll just have to go with understanding that the cricketers done us proud. And it all looked very dismal in the last day. Not only did it look as if we're not going to get the draw that we wanted, but that we were going to lose. And then they came through under the Broad era and skittled out the Aussies to make it 2-2 and a moral victory in the Ashes series, because it's only the rain stopped us winning that vital drawn test. So for once we can raise our heads in pride. But let's go now to the newspaper front pages and see what they're saying about a whole variety of things this morning. It's the Financial Times will start off with, and it has its headline is all about mortgages. One of those things that everybody is worried about right now, and what the FT says is its approvals for mortgages and consumer credit jump is the they've got Stuart Broad, of course, on the front page, the hero of the hour when it comes to cricket. But it nods to, the lead story in the paper focuses on approvals for mortgages, which are jumping in June, marking its fastest pace in 5 years. So there you are. If you are after a mortgage, now is a very good time, according to the Financial Times, to get a mortgage. So let's take a look down, because the Mirror comes next, and it gets on to Rishi Sunak's case about it goes just stop Sunak. Critics say it won't keep the bills down. The fact that he is giving the nod to development of oil in the North Sea. Once again, Stuart down Dolby will have something to say that, but the Mirror says stop doing it. The Daily Telegraph is lockdown harmed nearly half of children, and it once again well, we're having a little bit of a problem finding our pictures this morning, so you have to put up with me. But the Daily Telegraph is lockdown harmed nearly half of children. And what the story is about is the Telegraph leads with a study which claims the coronavirus lockdown harmed almost half of children. It says that youngsters are more worried and less confident. The paper also reports Nigel Farage is holding talks with Coots. Well, that's a different story. Shutdown. After the Mail's expose of corrupt migration lawyers, once again, I'm not having much luck this morning, am I? Here we go. The Mail exposed a whole bunch of corrupt immigration lawyers, and the Solicitors Watchdog closes 3 firms, bans another legal advisor, and launches inspection of the entire sector. Shutdown is the Mail's main headline, as it follows up on an investigation finding some solicitors were helping migrants with false asylum claims. The tabloid says 3 law firms have been closed down by regulatory authorities, and it bans another legal advisor and launches an inspection of the entire sector. Well, that doesn't come soon enough. The Metro, the PM gambles on North Sea oil drilling, and this is where he's creating some controversy. The front page of the Metro is dominated by photos of England's cricket team, who marked the end of the Ashes with a win at the Oval, levelling a memorable Ashes series at 2-2. The paper also reflects on Rishi Sunak's trip to Aberdeen after he gambled on giving out 100 new North Sea oil and gas licenses. And the Guardian follows up its headline is dismay as the Prime Minister vows to max out UK fossil oil reserves, fuel reserves. It says, the Guardian says, Rishi Sunak's pledges yesterday to max out the UK's oil and gas reserves, and it actually tries to jam in half a dozen headlines. So I might as well just give them to you. A grinning Stuart Broad is photographed on the front of The Guardian as the paper leads with Rishi Sunak's pledges yesterday to max out the UK's oil and gas reserves. The paper reflects on a series of school strikes being called off after 4 unions agreed a 6.5% pay rise, and also touches on Nigel Farage's claim that Coutts has offered to reopen his bank accounts. By closing it, they created one heck of a storm. So those are the front page of The Guardian. The Times, right, shoplifters face prison under a crime crackdown. Well, we haven't got much on that either in terms of pictures, but then who can actually find, unless you stage it, photographs of shoplifters? You just have to take the police's word for it that it's happening. But the Times says shoplifters will be hit with mandatory jail sentences for repeat offences. The Times suggests it has that's its main story. Once again, Stuart Broad comes into the equation. The Eye makes no bones about it. It's got a great big photograph on the front page. Broad delivers a fairy tale finale. It lifted the spirits of the entire nation. AI weapons will pose a risk to humanity, it says. I think that we were disturbed, as I recall, in getting our pictures together because of the fact that things were happening so thick and fast this morning. So the Eye, it says, testimony from an anonymous expert who gave evidence to a House of Lords committee warns of the threat posed by AI technology to human life. At the top of the masthead is a bold image of Stuart Broad embracing James Anderson after his final wicket saw England win their fifth test in London by 49 runs. Wowee. A thriller maneuver. The Daily Express, the banks warned you can't rip off savers anymore. And the banks have been a law unto themselves. I've been calling, and this television station has been calling for the banks to be reined in from a lot of the excesses, not least of which is withdrawing all their services from small towns and communities. Mind you, in the Express is the Express says summer weather will return after much of the UK saw a rainy July. And it shows David Hunter freed after his killing his terminally ill wife Janice. That was in Cyprus, I think. And a triumphant Stuart Broad features again as the paper leads with a story claiming high street banks will be forced to pass on interest rate rises to savers. So once again, the front pages this morning are trying to cover several stories all at once. Now, the dear old Daily Star is this is where we showed a picture of a helicopter because it features quite heavily in the Star, the Daily Star, who always gives us a bit of a giggle, and it says, "I'm keeping hold of my chopper. The Prime Minister too special to get a train like the rest of us," and they've got a picture of a helicopter with Rishi's head sticking out of the window. The Star features Rishi Sunak in its lead story as the paper pokes fun at the Prime Minister's clash with the BBC Radio Scotland host who confronted him about his decision to fly to Aberdeen for a green energy announcement. And why not? Why not, indeed? So that's basically what we've got going for us on the front pages of the paper this morning. And I should tell you, it is now 8:45, it's 8:45. It's the first day of August. All sorts of bills come due. Last night I was sitting with a lot of money in my bank account. This morning I've got virtually none. So it's a typical start to any given month. Nothing coming in. But the helicopter is the key to a little bit of fun this morning. Let's just, for the moment, revel ourselves in the fact that I don't know why we haven't got the cricket. Certainly, I downloaded it, but we'll why not? Why not? I mean, it is such an important story that we'd be remiss for once not to follow it up. So let's see if we can, through the wizardry here, get the odd cricket cricket picture, so that we can honour the. So let's see if. Because they really did do us proud, and coming back from the dead the way that they did is just quite remarkable, quite stunning, and we really should make sure that we show our gratitude in the way that it's lifted. Even people who aren't sports buffs should give us. Oh dear! Here we go again. Is with me hitting the wrong button. I don't know why I do it this way, but I do. I manage to do it every time and get it screwed up. Why? Don't ask me. Don't ask anybody why I'm such a fumble bum when it comes to the technical side of this thing. All I know is that I've ended the thing, and now I've got to come back to you. There we go. Let's see if this works. No, it's not. It's not going to work. No, it's not. I'm terribly sorry, but it's simply not going to work. So we need to go a different way. But we're obviously still on the air, so I'm going to keep talking to you. And it's, let's see if we can return to. The picture. I'm not getting anywhere. When I get myself into a loop, I get myself into a loop. Believe me. And then I really screw everything up. I know it's very, and it really is. It's sloppiness on my part, simply because I stopped paying attention, or at least I'm trying hard to do 10 things at once. and I can't. I simply is, and I shouldn't even try, and I do, and I'm stupid. But that's the only thing I'm stupid at. When I actually do manage to get things right, I'm okay. Because the one thing I do know is what I'm talking about, and let's see if this gets us back to where we want to be. I think so. No, it doesn't. I think I'm going to have to stop everything and just simply start again. I do apologize, and that's my sheer and utter stupidity. No, it's the same thing is happening, and I'm going to start all over again. I do apologize.